Hi again. I'm Raquel Kornielikis. This is Lynn Dula, and you guys have just tuned into Midlife Mischief. How are you, Lynn?
I'm good. How are you?
Exhausted.
Yeah, me too.
It's been a week. What did you do? You tell me what you did, because I have a huge story, but you tell me what you did. How was your week?
Like all week?
Yeah, give me a recap of your week.
Oh my God.
All the way back to Sunday.
Because at this great age that I am, I just can't remember everything that I've done.
Give me the
I
highlights.
just I just know I did a lot. I tell you what, mostly running the kids around. Holiday
Okay.
parties, sporting events, Lauren's on several volleyball teams.
Okay.
Just, you know, lots of meetings, lots of work being
Right.
prepared for 2025. Yeah, holiday
Okay.
shopping,
Oh,
all the things.
holiday shopping. I haven't got that far yet. We're not going to talk
What?
about that. No, I know. I know.
You know it's in 2 weeks, right? You know it's in 2 weeks.
I got it down to a fine art. I know what they want. I have the lists. I know what they want. I pay attention every time I'm out, so I know where everything's located. It's easier when they're older than it is when they're little. When they're little, I did everything. Everything was done, except for things like, Santa and stuff. That was last minute, but the rest of it was done. I'm listening to my voice, and I have a sinus infection, and I haven't heard myself through headphones, and it's a little trippy. My voice is very deep right now. Um, okay, well, we didn't have our kids in any sports when they were growing up, so I think I can relate, but I can't relate because we did a lot of driving around, but it wasn't to sporting events or anything. It was to the dorky robot things and stuff like that. So,
It
yeah.
still takes a lot of time and energy,
Yeah,
though,
we spend a lot of
regardless.
time in the car, don't we?
Yes, yes. I really think
Yeah.
if mothers got paid the amount of time that we're in cars driving around, we would make a lot of money.
Right?
More than Uber drivers, way more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. Yeah. Do you know what
I
happened?
live in my
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I live in my car. I keep
Yeah.
my computer in the car, all the things. I live in my car.
I have a coffee maker in my car.
I'm not that far gone. I hope I never get
I
there.
do. I do. It's an electric car. So and Aaron and I do a lot of road trips. So um, instead of stopping for coffee all the time, we just sort of pull over, and when we're charging the car, I can make a cup of coffee and we're good to go. So there you
I need you to record that the next time it
go.
happens. I need to see that. I do. That would be interesting to see.
Yeah, that's how bougie I am, standing behind my Volkswagen electric car on the side of the road drinking coffee.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's what I
That's
do.
crazy.
That's how I roll. Do you know what happened last week while we were recording our very first episode of this show?
Yeah, you told me.
In the studio, we have, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cameras. 9, 10 cameras. 10 monitors, sorry. 8 cameras, 10 monitors. And we have a security system on our house. The security system, one of the cameras points at the driveway, and in the driveway is our car. Beside the car is was our trailer, Tink. And then on the street in front of the house is a rather large, obnoxious RV, motorhome. Normally, we can see all three of those things at any given time when you're in the studio. Unless, of course, you turn the security monitor off, not the camera, but the monitor off, and you're doing a podcast. Because when you're doing a podcast, you want to be able to see all the cameras and all the angles and everything. So we had no idea what was going on outside while we were home. My kids are in their rooms. They're doing their thing. Aaron and I are in the studio. We're doing our thing. We had a great show. I was feeling really good about myself. It was a great show. We had a good time. Then we turned off the cameras and the monitors came back up. As soon as the monitor came up, we saw some guy walking beside the trailer, and he had a big black bag over his shoulder. He was quite tall. I had to give a description to the police officer. So he's about 6'3", white guy. Had either a beanie or a hoodie on, dark clothes, pair of jeans, big black bag. Walked down our driveway, and we're like, what? And we booked it out of the house. Now, when you leave the studio, you go down a hallway and into the house where you normally would if you were coming in from the garage. So you end up in the kitchen, then you have to go through the kitchen, through the living room, out the front door, unlock the gate, out the gate, run down the driveway. So the whole thing took maybe about 2 minutes. By the time we got out there, we ran to the bottom of the driveway and looked to the left. Nobody is there. There's nothing there. I turn around and I see on the ground 2 pieces of something dark that was about this big, so about 4 inches long each piece. And I froze because those weren't there before. And I looked up, and I'm standing directly facing Tink. And what is Tink? Tink is our trailer. I said that at the beginning. And the front window of my trailer is all smashed. And the screen is out. Everything is out. And I was like, the words that came out of my mouth, I used the full vocabulary of everything I've ever learned. Really loud. Aaron came running over. The first thing he does is get in the car. He's like, get in the car. Quick, get in the car. I'm like, why am I getting in the car? He's like, get in the car. I'm getting in the car. I get in the car. He took off with me in the car. We drive down the street really fast. He's looking for the guy. And I'm yelling at him in the passenger seat because what the hell are you going to do when if you catch him? Like, what are you planning? What is your plan? Do we have a plan? Are we just driving up and down the street now? Do we have a plan? We need a plan. We can't just drive willy-nilly all over the neighborhood looking for
blacks and ornery, no account, long-eared varmint.
I'm sorry. I am Aaron. I am Aaron. That would be my knee-jerk reaction. Get in a car, chase them down, and I'll figure it out when I get there. Once I find them, I'll figure out what we're going to do, but we're going to find them first.
But I could not for the life of me figure that out. Like, what I'm one of those people where I need to have a plan. You can't just...
Nope.
So you stop the car and you just get out, and then what? Especially in 2024, in a city like Las Vegas, I mean, there's people shot all the time. So
yeah,
you don't know.
When you're in the heat of the moment, you don't think through all of that. All you think about is, I need to stop. I need to make sure that they are held responsible for what they've done. So you don't think about all the
okay.
You're just running on, look, let me get them, and I think on some level we don't have enough faith in our police officers to think that they'll find them for us. So we're like, just one extra step. Let's just go find them ourselves, and then we can let the police know at least where they are located, where they've been, what color the car is, something like, But I'm with Aaron on that.
Which realistically makes absolutely no sense. No sense whatsoever.
No. But it's what most people do.
Well, we discussed last week that I don't have that flight or fight instinct. Mine is, again, to freeze and figure it out while I'm frozen. So that was what I wanted to do, was just stand there staring at the trailer, trying to figure out what the hell to do next. I just wanted to stand there looking at it. So he brought me back. He turned around. He drove right back. I came back, and by that time, our next door neighbors had come out because they must have heard me yelling and screaming. They came out, and we didn't think that anything had happened to the motorhome at this point. We thought it was only the trailer, which is really weird because it's a small trailer. This is not a fancy neighborhood. This is a middle-class neighborhood. You know, we're in the Hispanic area of the city. And we make a joke that we never get robbed here in our neighborhood because everyone who lives in our neighborhood robs the people in the other neighborhoods and fences it here. But we don't actually get robbed. Yeah, I know. It's true. It's true. I love my neighborhood, and we usually are very safe. It's true. You ask anyone who lives in our neighborhood, they'll all say the same thing. Like, this is a very safe neighborhood. Even the insurance guy said the same thing. He said, you know, I've never actually had to do a claim here because this just doesn't happen. Well, it did. Twice. So we called the police because that's what you do. Do you know how long it took for the police to show up? Well, I'll give you a hint. I have a sinus infection from sitting outside in the freezing cold for approximately an hour and 50 minutes.
No way. Is it because it was a robbery where no one got hurt and they just, you know, because sometimes they'll throw those on the back burner anyways. No one is hurt and there's no violence, you know, involved.
Could be. I think it's because the neighborhood we live in.
2,000 years later.
Yep. I'm 100% positive it's because of the neighborhood we live in. If we lived in, and I'm just going to be real because this is our podcast and I can do that if I want to. If we lived in a predominantly white neighborhood, the police would have been here within 10 minutes. I said it. I'm not taking it back. It's true.
I mean, yeah, that's true for any type of neighborhood, to be honest with you. I mean, we understand that that's just the American culture, but I would still think that, don't y'all have a precinct like nearby somewhere?
I think the closest precinct to us is at the university, which is, it's not that far. I mean, we live in the city, so you would think, yeah. I mean, we get Metro Police, so you would think it. You see them all the time. They pull over. One car gets pulled over, and there's six police cars. So could you spare one and send it over here, please? Because I'd really like someone to deal with this.
You filthy criminal.
So I'm not a person that you want to deal with if you're a police officer. I'm obnoxious, and I'm menopausal. I don't handle it well, and I want to know why you took so long, and I want to know what you're going to do. Like, fix it. So that two people showed up.
I don't have that liberty.
No, I
okay?
know.
I don't have that liberty. So
I know.
We can't get upset.
I know.
In their presence. Otherwise, we're being disorderly, we're
I know.
being aggressive, all the things, you know. So
I know, and that is, I admit it, that is my privilege. But I do, if it helps, they do get very upset with me. So it's not like they just say, okay, and they coddle me at all. They do get very upset with me, and they threaten me with all kinds of things because I am not, you know, exactly cordial.
You must really get out of pocket then. You're like going.
I do. I'm not very tall, but you know, I do know that if I haven't been the person, if I'm not the person that's robbing the trailer, then, and this is my property, then you have to deal with me. It doesn't matter.
Ah, whizzers on you guys.
Which is very wrong, and I admit it. I know that, but in the moment, I was very upset. And the police officer that they sent to our house was not very tall, so he wasn't exactly what I would call intimidating. I could look him dead in the eye, and I'm 5'2". So, if you're gonna send someone
I didn't
to
know you were that short. So.
I am. I'm not very tall. So they sent two police officers showed up, 2 cars. They parked in front of the house, lights going. Do you know that not one neighbor came out to see what was going on? Not one.
I was going to ask you if they threw something into the window of Tink. They bust the windows.
Yep.
Nobody heard that. I can understand you guys not hearing it because you were in the studio and all the things.
Yeah.
But none of your neighbors heard anything.
No, here's the thing. We didn't think that the motorhome had been broken into, but what we discovered after the police arrived, or just before the police arrived, Aaron came out and he decided to go check the motorhome because he thought, well, maybe something had happened. So he went to go and check the motorhome. He opened the door and it was completely destroyed on the inside. So the door had been locked. So we didn't think, and from the house view, everything was fine. That was when he walked around to the other side of the motorhome. And on the street side of the motorhome, the window was open. So they had gone in the window of the street side of the motorhome, and not one person, and the window would have been, how high up is the window, Aaron? Maybe 6 feet off the ground? The bottom of the window is about 6 feet off the ground, which means they would have had to either have a vehicle parked and climbed on it and then tried all the windows, because there's handprints on every window of that RV. And then they found a window that they could get open enough that they could slide it open. And they would have thrown things out of it into whatever car, vehicle, or person was standing, driving, whatever they were doing over there. And not one person saw it. Not one. And if they did, they didn't say anything.
Yeah. That's more likely, I'm thinking. I'm thinking that they may have seen something but don't want to be involved. So they are
possibly. Yes. Yeah. So we figured out with the police that what happened was they broke into the motorhome first, and they took more things from the motorhome that are worth more, because it's something that my mother-in-law lives in, and she had stuff in because it was parked in front of her house. I guess she thought that it was safe. We thought it was safe. We didn't realize what was in it. Had we known what was in it, we would have gone in there and we would have removed it and kept it in the house.
Right.
They took just her insurance. Thank God she has insurance. I'm just going to say that. Thank God she has insurance. So we think that was the target. And then they saw the trailer and thought, well, if we found this much in the motorhome, what's in there? And that was when they tried that. And we did find out a couple days ago, we got a call from our insurance adjuster that the damage on the outside is about $7,000.
Wow.
That's just the outside. Bitch. So she's going to get some more tattoos. They have to fix her tattoos. Her decals, the flower.
Tink. We're talking about Tink, right?
Yeah. No, my mother-in-law is going to get some new tattoos because, every time something bad happens, you got to get a new tattoo, right?
I was like, I need to see that. I wanted to see.
No. Tink has decals all over the outside. She's got a fairy on either side, and then flowers and things like that. So this guy, whoever it was, I guess destroyed some of the decals. So they're going to replace them instead of just painting over everything. And so I appreciate that. We do have insurance, thank God. So we're covered, but we've spent the entire week going through everything, like what was in here that was taken, and how do we prove it? And there are so many things that we didn't know because we've never had a break-in before. And I know we're very lucky that we've never had a break-in before, but I didn't know that I had to have photos of us using whatever it was that was in the trailer with the trailer.
I didn't know that either. I didn't know that either.
Yeah. So, for example, he took a drill and some tools that were mine, and I can't prove it. I know they were in there. They were underneath the bench seat. They're not there anymore. I know that, but I can't prove it because I don't have any photos of me using the drill while we're camping. Yeah, there was I had a pair of boots in there. I can't prove that those boots were in there because, again, I don't have any pictures of me wearing the boots in the trailer.
I just feel like at this point, the insurance companies are stacking the deck against us because they know the majority of people are not going to have those type of images just sitting around.
No.
They're not even going to think to take. Why would you want to take a picture of yourself using a drill? Like,
I don't know. Some kind of fetish for OnlyFans. I have no idea.
Like, I can understand them wanting serial numbers and all that kind of stuff. And I'm really bad about that. Like, I'll buy electronics, and the last thing I want to do is get online and have it, registered with the company that I bought it. And then on top of that, put down the serial numbers and the cost and all that stuff. Like, I don't want to do that.
No.
And 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to do that.
No.
For no reason. But pictures of you using it?
Yeah.
So is that just because is that vehicle insurance, or is that what type of insurance?
No, it's a separate RV insurance. And we have one set, like one insurance cover. One part of the insurance covers the outside of the vehicle. So, for example, the decals and paint, like if it gets scratched up or something like that, then that's covered. The hitch and the tires and all of anything on the outside is covered by one part. The other part, we have insured the inside and the contents of the trailer. That one we have more money in there because we put stuff in there and it's worth more money than the outside. So I guess what you want to do is you want to always make sure that you do know what the contents of your recreational vehicle is, whether it's a boat, whether it's a car, whether it's a trailer, whether it's a motorhome, anything. Make sure that you have photos of those things inside the trailer, RV, or whatever recreational vehicle, and the serial numbers, and a picture of the item when you get it to show that you have it, that it's yours. So you need to have a trail from A to B, and then they'll cover you for whatever it is you pay. And we pay a lot of money for that, but now we're sitting there. And I was talking to my parents, and I was laughing, sort of. I felt like crying, but I was laughing because Dad said, well, did they take this and this and this and this? And I said, no. And he said, but those were in the trailer. I said, yeah, they were. But you know what I did? I took everything that was worth any kind of money, and I took it out of the trailer about 3 weeks before that because... because we did a First Friday downtown in the Arts District with Tink, and I didn't want to have all of that stuff in there when we were downtown. Yeah. So anything that was worth any kind of money, fortunately for us, was not in the trailer at the time that they broke in. So the things that we lost were not that expensive. I mean, my drill, but I have another one in the house, so it's not, I mean, I don't know how we're going to deal with that, but we'll figure it out. But always make sure, like your jewelry, Did you know there's a little stamp inside of your rings that you have on your hand?
Yes.
Make sure that you have a picture of that little stamp, a picture
Yep.
of your ring, and a picture of your ring on your hand. Like, make sure it's on your hand when you take a picture
Yeah.
of it.
And you know
Because
what? That's crazy. I do know about that because being in the industry, I would always counsel clients when they were doing their ring purchases about those type of things and having that when they make their purchase of their wedding bands and
right,
their engagement rings. If I'm not a part of that conversation though, I don't just tell them about it after the fact.
yeah.
But if I am a part of the conversation, I let them know that. So I did know about that.
Yeah, I have pictures of that, but I mean, you don't think that when you get a Christmas present or a birthday
No,
present or something like that, you know, a
no,
nice necklace or a pair of earrings or something. You don't think that. Well, you should.
yeah, you
It's
should,
I
yeah.
mean, it anyway. That was my week. That was my week. I know.
That was the start of your week too, because
Well,
that happened on
unfortunately,
Sunday.
yeah. It dragged out because then there was the police report that took a few hours. I mean, I think we were up until about 2 in the morning with the police in the driveway taking photos and all of that sort of thing. And then there was the next day was calling the insurance company because they weren't available Sunday night, so we had to wait till Monday morning. And then we had to do a report for that, and then we still haven't finished that because we have to figure out what's missing. And then we had to talk to my mother-in-law and let her know what had happened, and she had to deal with everything. And then we have to help her deal with it because she's not here right now. So we're dealing with sort of both things. And then the insurance adjuster. So there's the insurance company person you talk to, and then there's the insurance adjuster that you have to talk to. The insurance adjuster has to come to your house because he has to come to where the scene of the crime, I guess,
Yeah.
and take photos. So we weren't allowed to touch anything or clean anything up. And then when he was done, we had to try and find a place where they could fix everything, and it turns out it's going to be about 6 weeks to get everything done and get her back.
Wow.
Yeah, so it is what it
I'm
is.
sorry you guys had to deal with that.
Me too.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody should have to deal with that. I think it's terrible. The worst part,
Yeah.
you know what the worst part was? It wasn't that it happened. The worst part was they ransacked everything. They touched
Unnecessarily.
everything. They touched
Yeah.
it all.
Yeah. It feels violated, right? You feel like you've been violated.
Like
Yeah.
somebody I don't know, some horrible evil person was in my happy place and they
Yeah.
destroyed it. They touched it. Ugh. It's nasty.
But the thing too is they didn't have to destroy it.
No.
Once they gained entry, they didn't have to ransack it and destroy it.
No.
Apparently, they had plenty of time to do what they were doing if they were able to hit two vehicles and cause all that damage,
Yeah.
right? So they didn't have to destroy as they went along. They could have just snatched what they wanted and kept going. So, I mean, that was malicious on top of everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is a sick feeling, Krista. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right.
A very sick, sick feeling. But we did find out that, it happens. It happens especially at this time of year. And we just have to be careful. That's all. That's all we can do, really.
Are you the only reported theft in that neighborhood
In our
so
neighborhood,
far?
yes. But apparently there have been more in the last few weeks. So if anybody is watching and they do have any kind of recreational vehicle, an RV, like a motorhome, a trailer, a boat, a motorcycle, a sea-doo, ski-doo, anything recreational, make sure that if you can put it under a cover, put it under a cover. If you can put it behind a fence, put it behind a fence. Make sure it's locked up. Make sure you're checking on it. Get a camera, put the camera on it. because apparently the storage facilities are not necessarily safe, and they do hit these places at storage facilities
They do.
just
I've
as
had my
much as they
unit
do
broken
here.
into twice.
Ugh.
Yeah. Well, my unit was broken into twice this year. Not around the holidays though, but
Oh,
they they go in there and they cut the locks, they cut the
yeah,
metal all around, like they just cut big holes in the
yeah.
doors to get in.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't really, once they open it, they're looking for something specific. So if they don't see what they're looking for right out the gate, they just keep on going to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. And so
Okay.
I've had to do that twice.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, apparently they were looking for things that they could pawn, things they could sell, um, things like that. Drug money. I think that's pretty much. But again, you can say, I had a pair of diamond earrings and I found them at the pawn shop. They're at the pawn shop around the corner. I know those are my earrings. Well, if you don't have that serial number and you don't have a picture of you wearing those earrings, it sucks to be you.
Yeah.
It is what it is, you know? So,
So you can't have just the serial number or some type of receipt for purchase. You still have to have the image of you wearing them. What if you bought them and gave them to someone else and
I,
you
I
just have the insurance on it?
I don't know the answer to that one. I think with a recreational vehicle, you have to have the photo of yourself or using it, wearing it, or something to connect it to the recreational vehicle. Otherwise, it could be in your house and you could be pretending
Right.
it was in your trailer, and
Yeah.
then I'm assuming that people have done that. That's
Yes.
why you have to do it that way. That's the only
Hmm.
thing I can think of, because otherwise, I mean, I've got a drill here. I could take a picture of it and I could get the serial number
Right.
off it, but I can't do that because I'm too honest. So we just have to figure out, okay, well, what was missing and see what we can do and go from there. So, yeah.
Well, it is a season of theft. I was out
No.
yesterday. I had a business meeting, and it just so happens the meeting took place at a restaurant, and everyone at the table gave their cards. Listen, I really think it was personal
Yeah.
because our waitress was, yeah, she was not all there. So,
Oh, no.
well, I mean, what I mean by that is she was just being lazy. She was just being lazy on duty yesterday. And
Okay.
so I think out of everybody that was at the table, as soon as I left the restaurant, maybe an hour or so later, I got a fraud alert on my card saying that a lot of online unauthorized
Oh,
purchases were just coming
no.
through back to back. So I'm like, they're probably at work just going through, because I mean, all you have to do is take a picture of the card, the front and the back, and you can save
Yeah.
it into your phone's wallet, and then you can just kind of use it, right?
Right.
So yeah, they hit me hard,
Oh,
and because of the amount that they spent,
no.
I can't get the money back
Uh huh.
immediately. They have to do an investigation
That
because
much?
yeah, it was that much. They have to do the investigation. They have to mail me a new card. But I'm like, what's the point in that? Because they just like,
Oh,
ugh. So yeah,
no. I am so sorry.
not happy. I was
Mm-mm.
not happy.
No. Wow.
Yeah, so that's what I woke up to this morning.
Oh,
And I was like,
no.
okay, yeah,
Oh,
it sucks.
no. So pay
And it's not
cash
the
when you
first
go to
time.
lunch now.
Look, a lot of places nowadays don't even like to take cash. They don't like, but someone made a good point today. They were like, ask them if they have like the table side payment method. You can just tap and pay on this little device that they have at some of the tables. This particular restaurant doesn't offer that.
Right.
So they have to take your card and walk to the back somewhere and, run all the
Okay.
cards. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
this particular restaurant didn't have it where you can pay at your table. But from here on out, I will be looking for that
Follow them back
because,
there. That's what I would do. My
I
card doesn't go
even
without
though
me. Mm-mm.
I mean, even though she was a little, off-putting as far as her service goes, I didn't get that vibe at
Hmm.
all.
Huh.
I didn't get that vibe from her at all. So,
Huh. I
you
wonder.
know,
Wow.
but I
Okay.
checked out some of the sites that she purchased from.
Okay.
Oh, it had to be her
Really?
because she's an itty bitty thing, and I'm not.
Where did she go? What were the charges?
um,
I want to
one of the
know. Now
places
I
was
want to know.
one of the places was called Sand sandsomething.com. Let me see real quick because they sell like a lot of bathing suits and night clothes and stuff like that. And I was just like, I looked at it, I was like, oh no, this is not me. First of all, I don't wear bathing suits.
Oh.
That's the one. Sandy Siren.
Oh. Well, it's
Dot
got the name
com.
Siren in it, so there you go. Woo woo! Are you sure it
You
wasn't
know I
yours?
thought it
Come on,
you know I
Lynn.
thought it was an adult toy store, right?
No judgment here. No
I was
judgment.
like, let me see what you're buying with the money. Is it something good? Like, what are you getting?
So I can't use a bathing suit, damn it.
Oh my goodness.
Don't you kind of wish when they steal your card, not only do you get your card back and they cancel everything, but they should have to send you the items that were bought to
Yes,
you so
absolutely.
you can see what they did.
Yeah.
I think that should be policy.
I was with the amount of money that they spent, I was really expecting electronics.
But it wasn't.
That's usually no,
Nothing?
no.
No electronics?
Not that I well not well the websites weren't electronic websites. So yeah.
Well, some things need to be plugged in and charged first.
Cheers. You're right.
I'm just saying. Not everything's battery operated anymore, ladies. Sometimes you can just charge it and go.
Plug and play.
Yeah. Amen, sister. My
Oh
mother-in-law's
my.
watching. Hey, Chris, how are you?
What's a dick for? To pee with.
Okay.
Oh
Alrighty.
my goodness.
Alrighty. So, are we
I
going to
am
run
on
any...
this
Sorry.
I'm on this thing where I am trying out all this new menopause vitamins.
What are you taking?
I haven't taken anything yet, but I found this one. Well, I have. I take that back. I've been drinking this one. I don't know if I should say
Go
like
ahead.
what it is
Well, if
because it's like, isn't that advertising?
um yes and no, but I can tell you what I've been taking if you tell me what you're taking. And I mean, as
Okay,
long as you say we are not being sponsored by any of these people, but we wouldn't
right.
mind if we
Okay,
were.
so no sponsorship here.
No.
One of them is a drink
Okay.
called Rise.
Okay. Rise.
Really good.
Okay.
Yes,
And what does it do?
it's magnesium,
Okay.
and it's like it tastes like a sparkling water, like a fruit flavored sparkling water.
Okay.
However, it is very calming.
Okay.
It relaxes you. It
Would
makes you very zen.
Is there something other than magnesium in it? Maybe, perhaps.
Well, we can read the label together at our next. I'll bring it and we can read the label together. But it is, I mean, really, it is good. And it
Okay.
works like almost instantly he got away. The dog is loose again.
Okay, so if you
Um,
disappear, we know.
yeah. So yeah, it's like it's good.
Okay.
It's good. And like I said, it makes you feel very zen, very, laid back. You don't no anxiety, no
Yeah,
emotional roller coaster.
there's got to be something in it other than magnesium. I wonder what it
But
is.
I'm gonna say it's magnesium, and that's it. That's all.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. That's okay. That's okay. I've been taking something called Meno, MEN with a big O. And it
Oh, I
is,
think I've seen that.
have you seen the ads for that?
Yeah.
They have a whole line. It's made by women for women, and it covers you in all different stages of your existence. If you have a problem, they have either the tablet or the gummy for it. Um, and I'm really happy with the results of that. It helps with weight. Um, it helps with your sex drive. It helps with your weight problem. It helps with your mood swings. It helps with, it keeps you calm. It keeps you happy. It does all the things. So that one I'll keep you posted. But
How
that
often
one
do you
I
have to
like.
take it?
You take either two tablets or two of the gummies once a day.
Hmm.
That's it. It's not cheap. It's not expensive. So I mean, I guess if you think along the lines of hormone replacement therapy, it's cheap. So I think I paid $36 the last time for a month. So it's a little bit under $40 a month, which I mean we pay for that with face cream and moisturizer and stuff like that. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's not bad. You can get it at Target. That's the one I like about living. Take your card. Oh, Rena, keep up. Aaron's late. Sorry, Rena. Magnesium glycinate. Very calming. So it is just magnesium? No, it's got to be something else. I think it's got
I
to be
don't
something
know.
else.
Whatever it is, I was surprised that it worked because I'm one of those people that don't think anything works. I'm like, it's just a gimmick, right?
Yeah.
But it works.
Okay. Okay.
It really does.
Okay.
$42 for a 24 pack a case. $42 for a case.
Okay. And you just take one, like, what is it? A bottle of.
It's a can. A
Just a
16
can.
ounce can.
You just take one. What? Every time
Yep.
you feel like you're losing your mind, you take one, or you drink a can,
I just
or.
drink it throughout the day. I just drink one throughout the day,
Okay.
because I don't like that type of seltzer water.
Right.
I don't like that.
You're not.
But I mix it with some type of juice, and I can
Okay.
drink it that way.
Okay.
Um, but I'll drink it, and then yeah, it just one is good for me. I don't
Okay.
know anybody else, but one is good for me. So one a day is what I can do,
Does
and it
it
works.
does it help you sleep? Rena said it helped magnesium, whatever it was, helped her sleep. Does it help you sleep?
Um,
Or you
I
don't
don't
have
know.
any problems sleeping? You haven't hit that yet? No?
I can't tell. You know why?
Because you're a night person like me.
I'm a night owl.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, does it help me sleep? I'm a night owl.
me too.
And so I have always stayed up till 2, 3, 4 in the morning
Me too.
working.
I believe that's
So
how we met. I think you and I met
I think so.
because we were both, I think, the only two people on the internet at about 2:30 in the morning.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, I've never.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
I don't go to sleep early like, a lot of people do. Like when my house is settling down, I'm just getting started. I'm revving up. I'm getting ready to get things done.
And have you always been like that, or is that just since you had kids? Because I've always been like that. Always.
Yeah, thinking again. I guess you could say I've always been like that because, yeah, yeah, I've always been that way. Yep.
Yeah,
Because even when I worked in corporate America, once I got off work, I might, relax for a few minutes, but by 9 o'clock, I'm up and ready to just go, and I would be up until like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, just getting stuff done.
so
And
you
it's
also
peaceful.
so you also don't you're not one of those I need to have 8 hours sleep people.
I
No,
don't think I've had
I'm
that
not like
since I
that
was an
either.
infant.
I'm not like that
I don't
either.
think I've had 8 hours since I was an infant, to be honest with you. Like, no,
I don't
never.
think I can. I've tried and
Neither.
I don't think I can. And if I do, for whatever reason, if I do manage to have like over 6 hours,
Yep.
truth be told, I'm tired the next day.
I wake up with a headache.
Okay, like a hangover.
Yeah, oversleeping for me, I wake up with a really bad headache. I feel horrible in the morning. It's like, I don't know, like a hangover. Yeah, I can't. I
That's
can't
exactly how,
sleep. I
yeah.
can't. And you know what else I can't do? I can't lounge.
No.
I'm not a lounger. Like, I
No.
know people that can come in from work and they can sit down, put their feet up. My husband is a lounger. He can lounge after
Mine
work
is
and just,
too. Yeah.
I cannot do that. And sometimes I just give him the stank eye. Like, why are you just laying there? Don't you have something to do?
I don't do that to you, do I, Aaron? He's laughing. I do. I do the same thing. I can't.
Ah,
I know that somebody probably will tell me that it's because I have ADD or ADHD, and I don't. I know I don't.
I don't either.
But I can't lounge either. I have to be doing something because
Yep.
I feel like I'm being lazy or I feel like I could be doing something and I should be doing something
Yeah.
and then I can't relax.
Yeah.
So yeah, I understand completely. So yeah, you and I are very, very similar
I
in
have
that.
to be productive.
Yep.
And another thing I can't do, I can't just visit people's homes
Uh-oh.
just to visit.
Why? What do you do?
I need a purpose. If I'm coming to your house, if I come to Vegas,
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming with a purpose. Of course, it's to visit you, but
Okay.
we don't have to just sit in the house for me to visit you. Like,
No.
we can go and do something while I'm there.
Okay.
Unless you're having a pool party,
Okay.
or unless you say, Lynn, we're going to hang out by the pool.
Yes.
Okay, that's a purpose.
Yeah, see, I would never invite you to do that because I don't lounge by the pool. I go into the pool, I do the swimming things, and I will relax if I'm by myself, but I still, if I'm in the pool, I'm doing like some form of swimming exercise or floating around, and then I get out because
Yeah.
I don't do
See,
that
you
either.
have a purpose.
Yeah. I go in to cool off. I have a hot flash. I heat the pool, and then I get out.
Okay.
So I know for a fact that if you come to Vegas, I will never invite you to hang out by the pool because it just won't happen. I will be sitting there like, like this. Do. Okay, what are we gonna do? We gotta do something. Like
Well, see, you can get in the pool and I can watch you do your laps because I don't get in the water.
Not even your feet.
I might put my feet in. That's as far as it goes.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't get in the water.
Oh, okay. Do I ask why? You don't like water?
I don't like water. I bathe.
Like I said, this is a no judgment zone. I don't care.
I
Do
bathe.
you have a problem with water? No.
I have an issue with community water.
Okay. I do too. This is why I would never go in a community pool. This is why
Right.
we have to have our own pool, or I don't go in.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that. I don't like going in other people's pools either. So I get
Or
that.
hot tubs, whirlpools. None of
Yeah,
it.
that's a cesspool of stuff.
Yes.
Just cooking.
I don't care how much chlorine you put in it. It's not. Yeah.
No, that's a human soup. It is. It's human soup. God knows what people do in there. I don't want to know.
Right.
You can't clean that. No.
So that's why I don't.
The sound effects.
Oh my goodness.
Oh dear.
He's having fun with those sound effects.
Yes, he likes that. Well, thankfully, he doesn't have those little cartoon things that he puts on people because he used to do that too. So, all
That'd be
right.
interesting.
Do you know that it is actually, what time is it? It is actually we're almost done. We haven't run
6
any
minutes?
commercials, Aaron.
No, 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 no. I don't wanna. No, no, oh, no.
So, what do you have planned for this week? You got anything fun coming up?
Yes, this is our. We're going to the Nutcracker. We're going. Yeah.
You and
We go every
Lauren or
year.
the whole family?
The whole family.
Okay.
This I make them go see the ballet.
Okay.
The
Everybody?
boys hate it.
Oh,
Yep. Everybody.
they hate it? But Lauren likes
Yeah.
it, yeah?
Yeah, she likes it.
Okay.
She
I
likes
love
it.
the nut.
I guess they hate it because they've been going since they were like little 2, 3, 4-year olds, you know?
Yeah.
So
They'll
they've been
appreciate it.
going
They'll,
every year.
they'll appreciate it one day.
Yeah, one day. I mean, my parents made me do it, so they'll appreciate it one day. But,
Not today.
We're doing that. No.
Not today. No. But one day they will.
One day. They'll tell their kids.
Yes. They will take
Yes.
they will take someone special and they will then be okay.
And use it as a point for saying, you know, look, I know about the Nutcracker Ballet
Yep.
because we used to go every year. And
Yep.
da, 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 da.
Yeah.
So we're doing that. We're doing a couple of live nativities.
Okay.
We're going to the planetarium.
Okay.
We have a Christmas party on Saturday to attend.
Tis the season.
Trying to think. This week is full of just activities for the family.
Well, that's
So
fun.
the boys come home this week from college.
Okay. I wish my kids were coming home from college, but they
They're
live
already
here.
home.
They live here. They never leave. Ever. I love my kids. I do. I love them.
At least you don't have to worry about them not calling you or only calling you when they need money or, or when they have an issue, because that's what I get.
Well, you'd be surprised. I do get text messages from their room to the kitchen. I do get where they wander in through the house and, I haven't seen them all day at 4:00 and they say, "What's for dinner?" I do get that. And my answer to that is standard, you're over 18 and I am no longer obligated to feed you. So your father and I are going out to dinner. I don't know what you're doing. So I do get that a lot.
Does that work?
Yeah. I've taught them to cook. So my boys all cook. Tegan, not so much. Tegan is a manipulator, so she will con her brothers into cooking for her. So she'll be real. That's the only time she's nice to them is when she's hungry, and she'll suck up to one of them, whoever's cooking, and ask them if they can, make her some eggs or throw in, some extra pasta if they're making spaghetti or something. But yeah, no, I have a list and I will show it to you next time. I do have a list of things that I need them to accomplish before they can leave, if they're going to be here, because I don't want any of my boys to marry anyone who is going to come back at me and say, you didn't teach your son to do this, and it pisses them off.
Yeah.
So they're not going to be able to do that, because all of my boys can do laundry, they can iron, they can sew, they can cook, they can clean, they can do all the things. So
Mine
I have a list. Just because they don't have a uterus in my house, it doesn't mean you can't do things. You get to do all the stuff. So
Absolutely.
yep.
But the only thing that my boys can't do is work on a car. They missed that. They did not do the whole lessons with the car. I think my husband was impatient. He would work on the cars and just didn't have the patience to let them help because he was trying to get it done so quickly, I guess.
Right.
But like changing the oil, changing a tire, all that kind of stuff. My boys, yeah.
There's still time. They're coming home for Christmas.
Well, listen, when they get their own car, that's what they're going to have to do.
Yep.
They're going to have to learn how to
Yep.
maintain it. Jaden learned the hard way because
I
he
know.
got his car. He took it to get looked at because it was a used car. So he took it to get looked at. They talked him into oil change, some new wiper blades, a couple other things. Needless to say, he called me and says, Mom, I just spent $640. I said, on what? He says, on the car. And I'm like, you just got the car. What are you spending $600 on? And he started telling me, and my husband and I were looking at each other like, yeah, they got you. They got you. First of all, the car already had an oil change before you took it off the lot. They do all that stuff before they sell it to you. That's number one. Wiper blades are like $15.
Did he pay? Did he pay someone to put the new wiper blades on?
Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry. He learned the hard way. It was a lesson.
Company all over the United States, but yes. Yes. $640 later.
Well, and he had to pay it, right?
Oh, and they changed the light bulb. They changed the light bulb. a $2 light bulb. They changed the light bulb. I said they saw you coming.
Oh,
They
yeah.
saw you coming, and they knew they could get a quick $600 off of you. So.
Oh my God! Wow.
You live and you learn.
Mm-hmm. That is
That's
one
what
way to
happens
learn.
when you're adulting and you don't want to listen to your parents or you don't want to ask them for basic advice.
Yeah, or you think that we don't know what we're talking about. Amen, sister. Been there, done that.
Yes.
So apparently we are now going to go to a couple of commercials, even though it's after the hour is done. We're going to run some commercials.
Well, hang on. Talk about this.
But what am I looking at here? Oh, Tuesday, Go Live Vegas. That means Aaron and Raquel and Brett. We will be there at Portnoy Galleries doing the Wine, Art, and Music event. We will be outside. Unfortunately, we won't be with Tink, but we do have a setup. We will be outside. We will be covering it live. And you will get to listen to Brett and I telling you everything that's going on. That's Tuesday night. Autumn Sky Designs. Anything you're looking for that can be put on a t-shirt, a mug, a cup, anything. Sweatpants, sweatshirts, you name it, she can put it on there for you. And there's Miss Mala. She has a lot of stuff going on, doesn't she? She's got a few things going on. We'll have to go and check her out. Thursday night, 6:30 to 9:30. Where is that? Chill Bar and Grill. Okay, on West Sahara. Oh, Ciao Bella Trio, Saturday the 14th, 6 till 9 at the German American Club. Jawohl. Huh? Yeah, we're gonna say goodbye. We're gonna sign off. Lynn, you are going to enjoy your week.
You too.
I hope so. I hope so.
Next Sunday, this time, I will be very, 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 very tired. I have a couple of events next weekend, so.
Well, you know what? We can pour ourselves a glass of wine and get in our jammies, and we can do our podcast in our jammies next week.
Yes, let's do that. Let's do the jammy thing next
Okay,
week.
I think so. So anyone watching can also wear their jammies if they want to. No judgment. I don't care what you're wearing. You don't have to wear anything. I don't really care. It's Vegas. On my
And
end,
next week,
your
call
end,
in.
your end, it might be a little chilly. All right, we're gonna say goodnight. We're gonna say goodbye, and we will see you next Sunday at 6 o'clock. What is it? PSTPE. What is it? Pacific Coast time. Pacific time, and 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. This is Midlife Mischief. I'm Raquel. That's Lynn, and we are gone for the week. Bye, Lynn. Love you.